Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about strings in Python. There are several operations that we can perform using these particular data types in Python, and I want to show a few of them today. It's not possible to cover all of them, so let's get started. So at first, create a string. Let's name it thank you. Our string will be arigatou gozaimasu, which is the Japanese for thank you, Japanese language. So let's print our string. Okay, so this is our string and we can check the type as well. So this is string. Now let's iterate through our string using for loop. So for letter in our string, print letter. So this prints the letters vertically. So you can see printing each of the letter vertically. Now if we want to print them horizontally, we have to mention end, then it will print horizontally. Okay, so in this way the elements in the string are printed vertically and here horizontally. Okay, now let's perform some string indexing and slicing. Okay, so let's print our string. Okay, there are positive indexing and negative indexing as well. So print thank you. So this is negative indexing. So this is, we are printing the first element, which is this one in our string, and this is the negative indexing. This is actually from positive point of view, this is this one, because negative indexing starts from here. This is -1, then -2, -3, and so on. So this is -18. We can see a few example. So let's see this one, and -10. So this is slicing. We are printing more than all on elements. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't print the 8 on. It prints everything before that one. So we are getting the first part. And since this is -1, so we are going from -18 to the opposite order, -10. It's printing everything before -10. So we are using both positive and negative slicing here. Let's see a few more example, and we can also do the same thing. We can mention 0 here, it will print the same output. So you can see the output is same. Let's see a few more example. So thank you. So this is indexing. So we can see we have a empty space in our string. So this is also considered an element. So using positive indexing and negative indexing, we can print the empty space as well. Let's print the last part. So we have printed the first part. Now let's print the last part. So this is our last part using both positive slicing and negative slicing. We can also print a portion. So let's instead of printing the whole part, we can also print a portion. So let's do that. So this is thank you. Okay, so this will be -5. So we are printing only this part. That's also another word in Japanese language, which means exist. So we have printed only this part using that. And let's also so we have already printed the first letter. Let's also print this one. Okay, so for positive indexing we have 17 and we have to use -1. So this is how we can print the last letter as well. Okay, we can also escape over one letter. So let's show our string first, then let's escape one letter. So 0, 18, 2. This is the step where we'll be skipping this letter, then print this one, then skipping this one as well. So for negative, this will be -18 to -1. So we are printing A, then skipping R, printing I, skipping G, and so on. Okay, I think that's enough for indexing and slicing. Now let's check the length of a string. We can simply use len function to check the length. So we have the length is 18. Now let's iterate through the string using while loop. Okay, so 0 while I less than len thank you print thank you I. So this will print vertically, and we have to increment I. So this is doing the same thing like the for loop and printing the string elements vertically. Now if you want to print them horizontally, it's very simple. So this is horizontally, we have to just mention end. So now it's printing horizontally. Now next one, check item in string. Okay, so let's check our string. This is our string. Now let's check if particular elements belong in this string. So this belongs in this string, so we get true. Now if we change something, let's make it capital. Capital I does not exist in this string, so we are getting false. Now let's check another. So we have capital A, not small a, so we are getting false. But we can get true in another way. So this doesn't exist, so we can mention not in thank you. In that case we get true. Okay, if else statement with string, this will be 7. Okay, again let's check our string. So if a particular portion exists in our string, this will print whatever there is in the if statement. So let's say found it. But if this is not the case, it will print whatever in the else statement. So let's say not found. So as you can see, this part exists in our string, but if we just change it a little bit, let's make it capital, then we can see the opposite else statement, because this is not true. Okay, now let's print string in reverse order. Again let's check our string. We can simply double colon -1. This will print our string in reverse order. So it starts from here. So USAMIAZOZ, and this one is also getting reversed. We can do the same thing in another way. So using this reversed function, let's print J and print them horizontally. So see, just remove this space, so we were getting the same output like this one. Okay, now remove empty space from the middle of a string. Again let's check our string. So now replace, so we have a empty space in our string. This is the empty space, sorry, this is our empty space. Now we can remove it using the replace method. So this is our empty space, just remove it with this one. So now there is no empty space. We can also do this in another way. So we can keep this, then add this, then keep the rest. So in this way we can also perform this operation. Okay, now a string concatenation. So let's create a new string. we will concatenate these to print C. So this is the Japanese for good night. Just add a space. Okay. Oyasumi nasai is good night in Japanese language. Now let's perform different string operations. Different string operations. So C dot capitalize. This will convert the first letter to uppercase. So we had all small letters. Now by using capitalize method, we have converted the first letter into capital. Now C is lower, so we have all lowercase letters. That's why is lower method is returning true. Now C R split. We are gonna split our string in this empty space, and this actually returns a list. So you can see the string has been split in this empty space, and it returned a list. We can see the third bracket. Okay. Now let's see R partition. So instead of using R split method, we will use R partition method, and this returns a tuple. And the difference is that it also returns the empty space, but this does not. So we also have the empty space in this tuple. First bracket for tuple. Now let's create another string. Tokyo and case fold. This converts string into lowercase. So we have all uppercase in our string, but when we use the case fold method, it converts into lowercase. Now let's see the join operation. Join U. So okay, joins this character after each letter. So this is our string, and we're joining after each single letter. So after T, then we have underscore, then O underscore, and so on. Now U dot partition. This also returns a tuple. So let's say we will divide when we find this one. So now the string has been divided into three parts. This is the middle part, the part before that, and after that. U dot R find O. So it returns the last position. So we are getting 4. we have two O's in Tokyo, so this is 1 and this is 0, 1, 2, 3, this is 4. So returns the last position of a letter, so we are getting 4 instead of 1. We can also do this using R index, so we'll get the same output. Now let's check our string again. So this is our string Tokyo. Now we can also get the lowercase version using u.lower. We previously got using case fold. Okay, now let's check u is upper, returns true if characters are uppercase. So our characters are uppercase, so we're getting true. Now center, returns a centered string. So initially our string was this one. Now we are adding this dot to our string, and this main string has been put in the center by this operation. If we remove this dot, we'll get empty space. So instead of getting dot, we are now getting empty space in its place. Now let's check our C string again. Now count. Let's count a specific character using the count method. Counts a specific fellow. So 1, 2, 3. We're getting 3. Let's check U string again. Starts with, yes, so our string starts with T. It starts with T. Now let's check ends with. So O. So since it ends with O, it's returning true. Now let's just, so it doesn't end with O. Yes, sorry, it doesn't end with T. It ends with O, so we are getting false in this case. Okay, now let's find this method returns the position of a specified fellow. So it only considers the first, others don't matter. So position of the first element is returned. So we can see 0, 1, 2. We can also confirm it using only the first one, getting 2. And if we use something else, we get 3. So 0, 1, 2, this is 3. And let's index returns the index of the specified fellow, again only considering the first one. So 0. We can recheck it by removing this as well, and if we check something else, we're getting different values. Now let's create another string. Our new string is 50 cent. Okay, now this method returns true if returns true for alphanumeric characters. So we have alphabets, we have numbers. So this is alphanumeric, so we are getting true. Then let's check another is alpha. It's returning false because this returns true only for alphabets, but we have numbers as well. So let's check only the, so this is only the alphabet part. Now if we check this is alpha method, now it returns true because now we only have the alphabet part. Okay, so basically returns true for alphabets. Now let's only check the number portion. So this is just the number portion. Let's check is decimal. Yes, so returns true for decimals. Let's check a few more things. So these are obviously digits 5 and 0, so we are getting true. Is numeric? Yes, they are numeric. Now let's create another string. Putting some space, sorry, new. So this is our now new string. So new to, when we use else strip method, it removes the space from the left side of the string. Now if we want to remove the space from the right side, we have to use our strip method. So this is now removing space from the right side of the string. And if we want to remove space from both sides at the same time, sorry, new to, so now we have removed space from both sides using the strip method. Okay, we can also swap. So from lowercase we have converted them to uppercase. The cases have been swapped. Okay, one final thing that I want to show is print new to set fill 12. So This setFill method puts some zeros at the beginning of a string. So we are getting 3 zeros here. I think the length is 9. So when we are putting 12, we are getting extra 3 zeros. I don't think we will get anything if we type it 9 here. So we are not getting anything. It has to be larger than the length. Okay. Now let's use escape character. So this is our string escape. Now we are using double quotation outside, so it's okay to put single quotation inside, but what if we want to use single quotation only? It's my life. So you can see the string ends here and we'll get error. So this is invalid. So for that reason we need to use escape character, and we can use the backslash. Now it doesn't. So when we didn't use this, on this part wasn't considered and string, but if we can use this to escape this problem. So sorry, this is typing error. So now we get the same output like this. One final thing I want to show in this video is multi-line string. So we can use the 3 single quotation on top, 3 single quotation at the bottom, and we can type everything inside. So let's just print some prefectures in Japan. So this is our multi-line string. So let's just print it multi. So this will print multi-line string. So using this type of quotation, 3 single quotation before the line starts and 3 single quotation to end the line, we can print multi-line string in Python. So these are some of the operations using string in Python. There are plenty more. It's not possible to cover all of them, but I have covered a significant amount. And that's the end of this video. In the next video I want to talk about list comprehension. Till then, goodbye.